So hey guys, welcome to another Warframe video, and today we're gonna take a quick look at Prisma Gorgon, which as you may expect is an upgraded version of the original Gorgon, and it's sort of a side grade to the Gorgon Wraith. So when compared to the original Gorgon, it has higher critical strike chance of 15% compared to the original's 10%, higher critical damage multiplier of 200% versus the original's 150%, larger magazine of 120 rounds versus the original's 90 rounds, larger ammo capacity of 840 total rounds versus the original's 540, faster fire rate of 14.2 versus the original's 12.5, higher accuracy of 14.3 versus the original's 8.3, and this is kind of a big deal because that's a lot of accuracy to get. Faster reload time of only 3 seconds compared to the original's 4.2, once again a pretty big upgrade, and it also has reduced horizontal recoil. The vertical recoil remains pretty much the same, but it doesn't kick to the side as much as the original one. All three of the Gorgon weapons have a spool-up mechanic like Soma and Soma Prime, so it always takes a couple of shots before you can reach full fire rate with them. With the original Gorgon, it's 15 rounds, with the Prisma version, it's 12 rounds, and with the Wraith version, it's 10 rounds, so the Prisma version sits in the middle. As I've said already, the Wraith version is more of a side grade to the Prisma version, which focuses more on status rather than crit, and the damage distribution is tilted more towards impact rather than puncture and slash. One thing that's really good about the Prisma version of the Gorgon is the high accuracy, meaning it's almost unaffected by heavy caliber. Here you can see me firing at full spool up without heavy caliber, and when we contrasted with rank 8 heavy caliber, the difference is almost non-existent, which adds a lot of damage without any significant loss to accuracy. And that's really good, especially with the Prisma version, which is more focused on crit because it's easier to land headshots with it. And while the bullet spread may look horrendous, it's only because I was going full auto with the entire magazine. If you burst fire the weapon, it's actually pretty damn accurate. Now, the obvious downside of all three of the Gorgon weapons is that most of their damage comes in the form of impact. With the Prisma version, which does 25 damage per shot, 18.75 of that is impact, 3.75 is puncture, and only 2.5 is slash, meaning it's only really good against shields and robotic units, and it's not really good against armor or fleshier units. Meaning that all three of the Gorgon weapons will only really shine against the Corpus, which makes sense because they're used by the Grenier heavy gunners. However, due to the increased critical strike chance and the critical damage multiplier on the Prisma version, it deals much better with the other factions that are not weak to impact damage, especially if you can reliably hit headshots for the multiplier. It's also a Mastery Rank 3 weapon, so it's pretty good for newer players that have a couple of ducats lying around. And speaking about ducats, you can get this weapon from Barakatir and it will cost you 600 ducats and 50,000 credits. Alternatively, you can trade for it with other players using Platinum because there's plenty of people that buy Prisma weapons from Barakatir and they don't touch them, they don't put a potato on them, so they can trade them for Platinum later down the line. And at the time of recording, the average price of Prisma Gorgon is around 200 Platinum. However, if you want to buy it, I would recommend checking either Warframe Market or whatever you use for trading to price check so you don't get ripped off. So is the Prisma Gorgon a good weapon? Yes it is. Even though it does mostly impact damage, the increased critical strike chance means it fares much better versus the other factions, and one thing that I really like about it is the sound. I just really like the sound of it. It also has the right amount of kick, so it feels powerful, and I would recommend it to anyone. It is not an endgame weapon. You're not gonna run the level 100 sorties with this. It just doesn't do the damage. But for the Solar System and the Void, it's perfectly fine. And that's it for Prisma Gorgon. Now, the contest for today is actually very simple. I want you to take the best screenshot in-game that you can and send it to mcgamercaesargiveaway@gmail.com. It doesn't matter if it's funny or if it just looks really nice, just the best screenshot you can take. Just send it to mcgamercaesargiveaway@gmail.com, and the prize for this one is a Vauban Prime set. And this time around, you want to put screenshot as the title of the email, and please don't forget to put your in-game name at the bottom of the email as well. And that's it for the video, so I thank you very much for watching as always, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.